When she got pregnant, everyone turned their backs, except her aunt, the only one who offered help. But behind her kindness was a secret plan. Her name was Chioma, just 19 years old, fresh out of secondary school, and full of life until two pink lines changed everything. The day she found out she was pregnant, her world collapsed. Her boyfriend denied the child. Her mother wept and called her a disgrace. Her father said she had brought shame into his house. Friends who once called her sister started whispering behind her back. One by one, they all turned away. Everyone, except Auntie Felicia. Felicia was her mother's older sister, a rich woman who lived in the city, classy, sharp-tongued, and respected. She arrived at their family house with perfume that filled the whole sitting room and clothes that screamed Lagos money. When she saw Chioma, she didn't scold or slap her. She simply said, "You made a mistake. It happens. Come to Lagos. Let me take care of you." It sounded like salvation. No shame, no judgment, just a warm room, food and a chance to breathe. Chioma agreed. She packed her things that same week and followed her aunt to Lagos. The city felt like freedom. Auntie Felicia's house was big. The guest room had an air conditioner. She ate proper food, no more Gary and insult. For the first time in months, Chioma felt safe. Felicia booked her antenatal appointments at a private hospital. She bought baby clothes. She made pap in the morning. She even rubbed Chioma's belly and said, "You'll have a girl. I can feel it." But something didn't sit right. Felicia never allowed Chioma go outside alone. She always collected her phone to rest her eyes. And each time Chioma mentioned calling home, Felicia would say, "Why do you want to talk to people who threw you away? Focus on your baby." Chioma didn't question it. She was grateful and afraid. The baby came in the middle of the night earlier than expected. Chioma went into labor screaming. Felicia rushed her to the hospital. She remembered everything until the injection. Then, everything went black. When she woke up, her stomach was flat, her arms empty, her world silent. The nurse came in with sorrow on her face. "We're sorry, the baby didn't make it," Chioma screamed. She demanded to see the body. They said the hospital had already handled the burial because the baby was stillborn. She signed documents she didn't read. Felicia held her, told her to stay strong, and promised to help her move on. 2 weeks later, Chioma was back in her parents' house in the village, broken, numb, a mother with no child. 4 years later, it was just another Sunday evening. Chioma was scrolling through her cousin's Instagram story when she froze. A birthday cake, a little girl, 4 candles, and standing beside the girl was Auntie Felicia, holding her hand, kissing her forehead. The child looked exactly like her, same nose, same dimples, same birthmark on her shoulder. Chioma's phone slipped from her hands. "That's my child. That's my daughter." She stared at the photo for the 100th time. The child's eyes were hers. The same birthmark, there was no denying it. Chioma didn't need proof to know the truth, but she needed evidence. She needed her child back. Chioma packed her bag without telling anyone. She lied to her mother, said she was going for a job interview in Enugu. But she boarded a night bus to Lagos. She didn't call her aunt, didn't message her cousin. Just showed up at a friend's place in Ikorodu and said, "I need a place to stay for a few days, and I need a favor." Her plan was simple: watch Felicia. She had screenshots of the Instagram story. The girl was 4 years old now. Her birthday was just last week. She needed to see her in real life, hear her voice, get close enough to be sure. Her friend Nikki helped her rent a small car. Together they parked 2 streets away from Felicia's estate gate. For 3 days, Chioma watched. On the 3rd morning she saw her. The child, running out to the car with a lunchbox. The school bus driver opened the door. Felicia was behind her, tying the girl's shoes and saying, "Tell Mummy if they beat you in school again, okay?" The girl turned and smiled. "Okay, Mummy." Chioma's hands trembled on the steering wheel. She whispered, "Her name, what's her name?" That evening, she followed the school bus. The school was in Lekki, a private school. Fancy. Expensive. Chioma waited by the gate like a shadow. At 2:30 p.m. the bell rang. Children poured out. Then she saw her again. But this time, the girl walked up to her. "Hello. Are you lost, Auntie? You're looking at me." Chioma's throat dried. She smiled slowly. "You look like someone I used to know. What's your name?" The girl grinned. "My name is Amara Felicia. Mummy says I'm special." Chioma almost collapsed. That night she didn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling in Nkechi's room and wept silently. The name, the smile, the voice, it was her child. She was sure of it now, so she made her next move. She returned to the hospital where she had given birth. The building had changed, but the receptionist was kind. She asked if she could speak to any nurse from around 4 years ago. Said she was writing a memoir. After waiting an hour, a nurse appeared. Her face was older, but Chioma remembered her. "You were there when I gave birth," Koyuma said quietly. The woman froze, looked left, then whispered, "You were the girl with the aunt that wore red heels." Chioma nodded. "I need the truth. Was my baby really dead?" The nurse looked around again, then led her to the back of the hospital. "You didn't hear it from me?" she said, her voice shaking. "But no, your baby didn't die. She was alive. Healthy. I held her." She cried so loud. "But your aunt, she came into the room before the doctor came back. She gave me an envelope and said, 'The girl doesn't need to know. Her baby's better off with me.'" Chioma's knees buckled. "She paid us to fake the death. Buried an empty box in your name. I'm sorry I was a young nurse. I needed the money."